Hello, welcome to another episode of Social Media as 101 from Two Keys Limited. My name is Lillian and I'm here today with Mr. Tony Wilson as usual.
Thank you.
And today we'll be going through the platforms for running social media ads. So Mr. Wilson, if a person is new to running social media ads, what platforms would you suggest as the easiest to run ads?
So far in my experience, TikTok seems to be the most easiest platform to run ad because it's basically like 3 or 4 steps.
Yeah.
And TikTok it doesn't involve target audience because they have already existing target audience for you.
Yeah.
So you can just select the different categories of people's interest and you're good to go. TikTok is one of the cheapest,
Oh.
right? So TikTok is the platform that you can utilize to run ad if you're just starting off.
Mm.
Like aside TikTok, maybe then you can talk about Facebook. But those two are like
The
although
easiest.
Facebook is a bit more complex than TikTok, right?
Okay.
So aside that, TikTok should be
Okay, so it's between TikTok and Facebook as the easiest platforms for new ad runners.
yeah.
So, in your opinion, what are some of the best platforms overall for running ads, and how should a person pick the best ones?
First and foremost, there is no best platform for running ads in the first place. It depends on the nature of person that you want to reach out to, right? And your intentions or your objectives of that ad, right? That will determine the platform that you can utilize. Say, for
Okay.
example, now, if you're looking towards targeting the Gen Zs, like majority of the Gen Zs, right, you definitely get to target TikTok, right? Because that's where you have majority of them spending their time, right? I would say spending their time, although I do
Yeah.
not go with that, well, but nevertheless, but they are most populated in TikTok, right?
Mm.
So, targeting such an audience is advisable you go towards TikTok,
Mm.
right? Now, Facebook has a mixture of both, lower class, middle class, and upper class,
Yeah.
right? So if your product or services cut across these
These
three
ranges.
classes, then sure, you can try out Facebook, right? Now, talk about Instagram. Instagram has, majority of middle and higher class. There are very few lower class there because Instagram is quite expensive to be on Instagram. Like it's
Yeah.
more data consuming, right? So it naturally separates the lower class or they call it the poor masses. You get, yeah. So the middle class and the higher class are mostly on Instagram, right? So if your product or services is channeled toward that, yeah, you can go for that. But Instagram they charge like double of what Facebook charge, right? Then LinkedIn is as we all know the professional social media platform, right?
Yes.
So if you have a product or services channel toward that aspect, sure. LinkedIn is a platform. Then we talk about Google Ads. Google Ads mostly appears on your YouTube. Right. I'm sure you get to see when you're on YouTube, you get to see most of all those unwanted
Also
videos.
yes, they're
Right.
always
Just
there.
trying to pop up your or spoil the video that you're
Interrupt all the
interrupt the video
time.
you're watching. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So depending on what you want or who you're looking to target, right, then you cannot choose the platform on which to utilize.
Let's talk about budgets. What should people have in mind? Like, what should their budget be like when picking platforms to run these ads?
Yeah, this budgeting part is one of the major challenges I've been having with a lot of persons. Right, when they come into our DM and I want to run ads, how much? Right, and they feel that it is like a product where I can tell you it is 10,000 naira or
You
it
can
is
start
20,000,
pricing.
and they will not say no. Is it not 15,000? Is it not
Yeah.
5,000 and all that? But that's not how ad works. In ad budgeting, like they charge you per day. So you're being charged per day. And the minimum amount now, let's take for example now TikTok. The minimum amount you can run on TikTok is like 900 to 1,000.
Naira.
Yeah, 900 to 1,000 naira, right? Then on Facebook, minimum amount you can run on Facebook is $1 equivalent, right? So that is like 1,600, right? On Instagram, the minimum amount you can run on Instagram is $2 equivalent, right? So that is like 3,200 thereabout. Google Ads, the minimum amount you can run on Google Ads is $10 equivalent. Same with LinkedIn, same with Twitter.
Per day.
Yeah, per day, $10 equivalent, and that is around that kind 16,000, 17,000, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I tell people about the minimum equivalent, minimum amount you can run on, right? In their head, that's the one they want to go for. And I try to make you understand that, say for example, Facebook now they're running on $1 equivalent, which is 1,600. If you choose this amount now, there is a limited amount of persons that this amount can reach,
Which,
right?
yeah.
So say for example, now you did your whole targeting, you chose the locations and all that now. $1 now can get you to, let's say, 500 to 700 persons. Like your post get to reach out to 500 to 700 persons daily. Right now, when you double your amount now, you double 1,600. So you're working, let's say you're working on 3,002. Yeah, 3,002 now. So you're doubling the reach that you will get to. So instead of 500 to 700 persons, you're looking around that kind of 1,000 to about 1,500 persons when you're running around 3 or 4,000 budget, right?
Yeah.
So your budget will not determine on the amount of persons you want to reach,
Which,
right? So usually I recommend at least if you have a low budget and you want to work with Facebook, minimum 3K,
a
right?
day.
Yeah, per day, minimum 3K at least, and minimum of 4 days to run, right? TikTok 1K, you can just do 2, 3K, right? TikTok has the algorithm is very good, right? It gets your posts far with a minimum budget. Why on Instagram, the minimum on Instagram is 3,000, but if you use 3,000 naira to run ad on Instagram,
Okay, yeah.
you will wish that you use that money to eat shawarma. Trust me, you wish that you use that money. So minimum you can do on Instagram should be like $3 equivalent or $4, $5 going forward.
Per day.
Yeah, per day. Right? $3 equivalent would be like 4,600, no, I think. Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah, so if you can work with that, sure, you should have a good outcome with your art.
So each platform needs different budgets.
Platform has different minimum budgets, right?
Where
I didn't even go to Google Ads, right? Google Ads where we're looking at 16,000 naira minimum, right? And Google Ads operates on a PPC that is pay per click, right? So for every video you watch, they have is it 5 seconds for you to view? If you do not exit after that few seconds, it's being accounted for that 1%
as you
as viewed, right? But if you exited before that time, that skip, you cannot rush to press skip, then it wouldn't count, right? So even an advice to people, if you know you're not interested in that product or service you watch, please, after you see that skip part, press the skip and save them the money that they are meant to spend on you, right?
yeah.
So that's just it.
Thank you very much. So budgeting is like the most crucial part of
It's crucial. It's
Yeah.
very crucial. It's not the most crucial. Every part, every single detail in social media are quite crucial. If you miss any part, you missed everything, right? So if you create a good content, you did a good targeting, you messed up in your budget, you mess up your budget, then possibly you're having a messed up ad.
Okay, that's very insightful. So like how long do you think a person should run an ad for? Like for each platform, how long should they run an ad for?
Okay, let me use the basic one, which is Facebook. I'll enter Instagram too, but Facebook, for example, right? It will solely depend on your budget, right? So this is why when people reach out to me, they want to run an ad and all that. I try to find out what's your budget.
Yeah.
Like how much have you set aside now to run ad now? Say for example, now you tell me that you want to run an ad, you have 30,000. I want to run an ad on Facebook, right? And some people can go as far as say they want it to last for 1 month. I'm like, am I going to use Juju and extend it down?
Yeah.
Right. But if you tell me 30,000, I'll look at it and know that okay, you don't have so much budget. Your budget is not much. It's not that large, right? So let's just work with 3,000, right, and extend it for 10 days, right? Yeah. Because the only thing that I will advise is that no matter what you want to do, make sure your ad is more than 4 days.
So
Make
that's
sure your
like
ad is more than,
that's like the minimum.
Yeah. Because the algorithm builds up, right? And say for example now, if you reach out to 1,000 persons the first day, don't think that you will reach out to another 1,000 the second day. The next day you could reach out to about 1,500. The next day you could reach out to about 2,000. It builds up. So in 1 week, you're seeing you've reached out to about 15,000 or 20,000. It is not an additional something, right?
Yeah.
So when you give your algorithm time to actually build up, right? So that's why they advise minimum of 4 days at least to help master the market and give you the necessary leads that you're looking for.
And what's like the maximum?
The maximum. Maximum, if you can run for 1 year, fine and good. But
It's your budget.
my clients are there. We can do 1 month, right? We do 1 month if that is if they have enough budget. But if they don't have a budget, then perhaps 2 weeks and master the ad and see how if it's
Turn
productive,
out.
then we can now top it.
Okay.
Like yeah. So that's how to work around it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wilson.
Pleasure.
That was very, very insightful, and I'm sure you learned a lot too. But if you have questions, do well to drop them in the comment section, and we'll be sure to get back. And I need you to stay tuned for our next episode on how to select your target audience for your ads. I know you'll be interested. Stay tuned. Bye bye.